Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday. Welcome to this week's edition of the Racing Insiders podcast. I am Kate Dillon from Crate Insider, sitting here today with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines.
Howdy ho.
And Steve, so tell us, well, I don't know, should we talk about our weeks or what you're drinking?
No, I mean the weeks is like redundant.
Okay.
How was your week? I was really fucking busy. How was your week? I was really fucking busy
Well,
too.
I mean, we could also say it's like a little bit slower this time of year. I mean, that's
I'm
some
not
truth.
slower this time of year.
I'm slower this time of year.
I'm wide ass open.
Yeah, well, I'm just busy doing other things.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I got you.
So yeah, and what are you drinking today?
That's right.
Ultra. I'm drinking Guinness in my special edition Racing Insiders podcast mug.
There you go.
Because I made it with my Cricut machine.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But, hey, we'll say hi to some folks, and any questions you guys have, feel free to drop them into the comments. I see Scott's here. He says, hi, S&K from California. I always get a kick out of that. They were S&K. Tom Ferguson is here. Hey, Tom. He says, hey, guys.
What's up?
Roy is here. He goes, hey, what's up, guys? I have to talk about Roy because he recently did a podcast. He's a truck driver, and he got together with his boss and someone who was a former McDonald's executive, and they were talking about supply chain crisis and truck drivers. And it was that was an hour of my life well spent. It was definitely worth watching. I don't know. I'm fascinated by the whole supply chain crisis.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned more since then. That had a really good truck driver's perspective. Pippi is joining the show. Come on, Pippi. Come on.
No, he's like gonna bitch because he wants to go outside.
That probably. That's, yeah. You can let him out in a couple minutes here. And Mike is here saying hi, guys. But, any questions you guys have, feel free to drop them into the comments. We're more than happy to answer them. Yours too, Pippi. Come on.
He's not gonna
Yeah,
come.
he's not. He's gonna hang out. Yeah, probably. But he's just looking at me.
He hasn't bitched till now.
I know. And we've been doing this show now for like a year and a half, and I don't think this is probably the first show that he's disturbed. Now he's given up. All right. And Roy says, new podcast, Trucker Talk, sponsored by Market Express. That's pretty cool, Roy. And you'll have to let us know. It's probably on Facebook, and maybe you cast with StreamYard, or if it's on YouTube, or if it's on iTunes. Feel free to drop in any links into the comments here, because I think there's just so many of us are curious about what's going on. We're just wondering. I think it's also like watching a train wreck. I just can't keep my eyes off of it. But no, I mean, it's a very complex issue with a lot going on. I learned some more stuff today that, there's this long wait time for a truck to get a container from the port. But then where do they need to take it? They need to take it to a warehouse a lot of times. And then we're low on warehouse workers. Mm-hmm. And nobody wants to pay them anymore. So right. That's where we're at with all of that. So, and Roy says, yes, it's on Facebook through StreamYard. So definitely, I mean, you can check out Roy's, and just click on his profile. It probably has a link to his Trucker Talk. That'll be interesting. I'll have to watch and listen to that this week, the newest episodes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what are you watching or listening to these days?
Nothing. Oh, wait, no, I actually watched the whole Kyle Rittenhouse. I didn't watch it. I watched listen to it. On YouTube as I was,
like background while you were working?
Yeah, background while I was working and stuff.
Yeah. So you're not like sitting there just glued to the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much just need to listen more than anything else.
Shit done, but,
right.
But it was mostly listening to it. But, yeah, it was,
yeah. Well, I mean, heck, this is our show, so, I mean, I guess it could get us kicked off YouTube. But what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far?
If they find him guilty, I'm going to be angry. 100%. If there's not a better case for self-defense than the Rittenhouse trial. Well,
I mean, I just think it takes it to many other things. I mean, I think you look at a guilty verdict, and then I think that implodes any other case that ever comes up on rape, on murder, on any kind of self-defense case. If you can't shoot somebody when they literally have a gun in your face and they're ready to pull the trigger,
right.
If that's not cause for self-defense, and yeah, you can say all you want, like, oh, he shouldn't have been there. I agree, but at the same time, that argument has been used so many times in rape cases. Like, she shouldn't have been there. Did you see the way she was dressed? I mean, it's the same thing. I don't know how you could see it any differently. I really don't. Okay. Let's see here. Jim says, "Oh, what's up, you two headed home from the Duel in the Desert?"
What's up, Jimmy?
No, we did not go to the Duel in the Desert. It's a long ways away from us, for sure.
He's headed home.
Oh, what's up, you two? He's headed
home.
Yeah. I'm not always great at inserting punctuation there. I see Brian Littleton's here from Race Logic. He says, "Hello, guys. Working on my trailer today, getting things together for upcoming classes. Very few seats remain." I know I saw a post that only 5 seats were left for the crate class. So
that's good.
That's going to be one hell of a class this year.
Yep.
So looks like I'm going to have some work to do, probably with putting up posts about the online class that we'll end up selling after, after the fact there. And Tom says, "How's the new tracking device? I have to contact you this week about it. Lots of interest." Great. Yeah, the Track and Recover, really fascinating device, because you can put it in your trailer, and if your trailer's stolen, you've got a tracker on it, and you'll be able to track it. Yep. And be able to recover your goods,
or vehicle, or golf cart, or whatever you want.
Well, and you wouldn't use it on like your daily driver, because of the way we have it set up. But you would use it on like my pit bike, on a
four-wheeler, or like I said, golf cart, or
something like that, and
piece of
keep
equipment.
those absolutely. So I know I need to shoot some videos on that, but it's been quite the busy week as we've been getting things ready for the trade show that's happening in January. Of course, the Cars Racing Show. I really have some exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and release the exciting news. There'll probably be more announcements about this, but we are going to be doing a pre-show kickoff party with our friends at the Fresh Chef in Conover. That's a longer story to tell, but it's super cool. We're going to have Chicken Bone Alley there. We'll be live streaming and doing some interviews. Chicken Bone Alley, the podcast, which is really exciting. There'll be a live band there, free beer, appetizers, and you'll even be able to order dinner right there, too. And I'll tell you, that's probably the best shrimp and grits in the South. I personally, my favorite. I don't do
shrimp and grits.
Yeah, I know you don't do mushrooms either, but like the filet with mushrooms is incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. This is really amazing.
I do free beer though.
Good.
Like all day. I'm all about some free beer, so I'm good with that.
Well, I'm glad there was something in there for you, Steve. Glad there was something. And you know what?
Well, they do have great food. I'm just saying.
They do have incredible food.
The stuff you were talking about.
Yeah. All right. It's not just a crying cat noise in the background. There is a legit cat right here, and his name is Pippi. And
he's being an asshole today.
Pippi is absolutely doing Pippi.
Tame your pussy, Kate.
Oh my god, that reminds me of one of my favorite shows. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. That British comedy where they're in the shopping, like they're a department store, and it's old. It's like from the 70s or 80s, and I don't know. Anyway, the lady's always talking about how she has to get home and the things that she needs to do with her cat, but of course she doesn't call it a cat, so it's hilarious.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, again...
Well, that's British comedy for you.
It is. And I'm just trying to, again, not try to get kicked off of Facebook and YouTube. No. So, yeah. Alrighty. All right, we've got a question here. John says, y'all may have already answered this question, but do y'all know a time frame on getting 602s?
602s are actually available right now. The problem is half of them are screwed up. So they're I'm
gonna let him out.
I'll let him out. I'm gonna go smoke in a minute.
Okay.
He can meow a little bit more. Nobody's gonna care.
Okay.
So yeah, like there's a bunch of them out there that are screwed up. So the ones that I've got, which I think we've got 5 new ones in the shop right now, we're actually taking the whole damn thing apart.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, which is kind of a must right now.
Gotcha.
In my opinion. Now, supposedly, they fixed their issues, but I just don't know how to tell the difference between one that's had the issues fixed and one that hasn't. So it's taken apart. Yeah. Cool.
Mike's here, and he says it's outrageous that they haven't thrown the case out already.
Oh, I know. Absolutely.
Agreed. It should have never gotten this far, but then again, if we throw it out, then... there'll be riots in the streets. I don't know.
There's going to be riots in the streets anyway.
There's literally going to be riots in the streets no matter how this comes out. So I think
especially as poorly as the national or the mainstream media has been reporting on this story. They vilified the kid from day one rather than looking at the facts.
I just think it's really
even
wrong.
the prosecutor filed charges 48 hours after the incident without having all the facts. So
No.
this is nothing but a big appeasement to the left wing.
It's what happens when you react rather than respond.
Exactly.
And reacting is when you like, oh my God, I got to make a snap decision. And sometimes we can make good choices in those times, but it's kind of luck of the draw. But something as large as this, it needed to be a responding situation and not a reaction situation.
Well, the prosecution's own witnesses did a better job of like being a defense witness than the defense witnesses that they called.
Golly. God, this just the wrongness of some of the things I've seen in that.
One stupid son of a bitch, got his arm about half blown off on their.
Oh my God.
Finally admitting that. He didn't shoot me until I pointed the gun at his head.
Yeah, and he's got a $10 million lawsuit, I think, against the
Kenosha
cops
County
because they didn't protect
or city
him.
or whatever.
Yeah, unbelievable, unbelievable. All right. Here, a legit question. Steve from Randy here. Mm-hmm. He says, do you feel there are any assembly year 604s better than others?
Do I feel what? I'm sorry?
Are there any of the assembly years for 604s that are better than others?
Like better year 604s than others?
Yeah.
Honestly, like in general, the best ones that I've seen, if we're talking like out of the box kind of stuff, probably the better ones were just before they moved everything back here in the United States. So I'm going to say 2016, 2015, 2016, 2017. And then once things got here, like the machine work went back to being a pretty shitty deal.
Yeah, and it came in, I think, about a year after the election.
Yeah, well, legitimately, they tried to move jobs back to the United States, but the problem is when you move jobs back to the United States, you have a bunch of idiots that should be at McDonald's, but they're putting motors together or doing machine work, then here lies the problem.
Once again, Steve, if only you would share your feelings more, more vocally.
I'm 100% honest. The Mexicans had it down pretty good.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Was the machine work great? Was it the quality you're going to get at my place or, any of my competitors' places? No.
Is this saying that you are pro the remain in Mexico policy?
Honestly, yeah. They should have kept everything in Mexico because what they're doing right now ain't working.
All right. Gary says hello. Cameron is here saying hello, my high-speed doctors. Roy says, give me a call. I have some things going on. I'll look forward to hearing about that. And Cameron says, Super Steve and Super Kate, my happy people. All right. Randy says, Steve, do you feel there... Oh, that's the same question we were just taking a look at there. Brodie's here. He says, does blueprint mean new gaskets?
No, blueprint means... What blueprint is like, so...
I think that's it depends.
What?
Sometimes it means new gaskets.
Well, no, that's included in it. But what blueprint actually means is you're taking an engine apart and you're putting everything to the actual GM specs, which GM can't even do. So that's what we're doing when we blueprint it. Yeah. Yeah,
their tolerances are a lot.
We're going by their blueprint.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But it does mean also that included in that.
Well, you got to put it back together. So yeah, they have new gaskets.
But. Correct. Yeah. I just want to make sure. And Charles says, "Hey guys, how do you get tickets for the trade show?" Really great question there, Charles.
Out, have a cigarette, and let your cat out so he doesn't.
I know, so he doesn't murder me. Yeah, he's gonna murder me later.
And then you can talk about your trade show.
Yeah, Charles, go to carsracingshow.com, and I'll probably I'm gonna drop a link in here.
Come on, Peckerhead.
And that way you can just click on the yellow button, and so I'm gonna put this in here. You can click on the yellow button and for get tickets, and that's how easy it is. So super simple. You can just click on that link, take you to carsracingshow.com, click on the yellow button for get tickets, and that'll get you all set up. So yeah, we're gonna start on January. I just realized the date of this. So the show is January 7th and 8th, but starting on January 6th is when we're going to have our pre-show kickoff party. So, yeah, I never really put that together. I didn't even, I mean, like, sitting here right now is probably like looking at the expression on my face of what the actual date is of the pre-show kickoff party. So, anyway, it is January 6th, which happens to be a Thursday. So, if you wanted to come up early and you wanted to be there, you know, the night before. So, move-in day for exhibitors is January the 6th. And then that night. What's that?
We need a Trump impersonator.
We need a Trump impersonator. You know, I have been watching, like, the best Trump impersonator on TikTok. Okay, I started watching TikTok. I mean, like, okay. TikTok, I know it's a thing. So, hey, you know, if you're on TikTok, I mean, gosh, drop in a comment. Let me know, hey, you know, just, like, raise your hand or something and say, hey, I'm here. Drop in your handles. We'll come over and follow you and kind of get the ball rolling. We're still looking for ideas for Crate Insider. I'm looking for ideas for myself. I'm just, you know, I've been on the platform a full, like, you know, 5 minutes. So, no, like 3 days is about all. So just, you know, kind of getting my feet wet, trying to get an idea there. Steve, actually, I'll wait for Steve to come back for this.
Can you hear me?
I don't know if people can hear you or not. Roy says, we need people in trade schools to learn to do machine work and other jobs. Roy, amen. Absolutely. And in fact, one of the companies that's going to be exhibiting at our trade show, bringing that up, is Pitt Weld U. And they teach welding, and they will have a nice booth where they're going to talk about their programs. And there's another school I'm trying to bring in as well. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Because, I mean, of course, I'm a little biased because I want us to have more people in the racing industry. I mean, a lot of these racing manufacturers could definitely use CNC equipment operators. They can use machinists. They can use welders. All of those professions are really nice jobs, nice paying, and, you know, it gets to be part of the racing industry. So I think that's really cool. But, you know, as a whole, I'm going to 100% agree with you. And in fact, I'm going to be a little, I don't know, I'm just going to be real for a second. I do have a college degree. And it's important to me because it was something that I worked really hard for. It wasn't something like I didn't go the easy path where I just got out of high school and went to college and mommy and daddy paid for everything. That's not what my path was like. I worked my ass off, and it was hard. I mean, I went back as an adult student, and I'm still honestly paying my student loans. But what I will say about college, for certain professions, you absolutely need it. I mean, you need it if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, you want to be a therapist, or, you know, any of that kind of professional class, then you absolutely need to go to college. But I will tell you this, that I was severely disappointed in what I spent in the return on investment on what I got out of college. I got an interior design degree, and my minor is sustainable design, which is why Steve makes fun of me. But my first day on the job working at an architectural firm, I realized that I knew like nothing. I literally knew nothing, and I had worked my ass off and spent, you know, nights just staying up all night working on projects. And what I walked away with was not the skills that I needed to have in order to do this job. And it was even more disgusting when a year later we hire a draftsman who went to community college and he could outdraft me any day of the week. That pissed me off because here I am $23,000 in to my education. Here's somebody who paid probably $5,000 or less for their education, and they can do a better job than me. That was pretty shitty. So for me, it's really completely changed my perspective on the usefulness of college and how much we actually need it. It really depends on the job and will it be required. And if you don't know what you want to do, get started with a profession that you can actually make things and that's going to make our country a lot better right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, you can start in apprenticeships, you know, as an electrician or a plumber or something like that for, gosh, I mean, I wouldn't want to say what you start at, but I mean, you're making money as you're learning the job.
Yeah.
Rather than spending money to learn theoretically how to do something.
Yes. So, you know, people, I guess, I don't know if people come to this show to hear rants or not. That wasn't even really a rant. That was just like a personal story.
You had a question?
Yes. So Stanley says, I see some 604s being advertised as available. Are these questionable?
I don't know how questionable they are. What I can tell you is I deal with the two largest dealerships on the entire East Coast. Mm-hmm. And I'm on their hot list. In other words, like, as soon as I get 604s in, I'm getting them.
Right.
Because I have several on back order right now, and I can't get them. Neither can they. Probably the largest dealership in the Midwest, which would be Friesen Chevrolet, they can't get them. So if 604s are coming from somewhere, I don't know where they are, what the ages of them, or anything.
It can't hurt to call and ask a question.
Yeah, that'd be the question I'd ask is, what year is it? Where'd they come from? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it can't hurt. All right, Cameron says, I want to give a big congratulations to Justin Hamilton on his win last night at Southern Raceway in the street stock. He doesn't race a lot, but when he does, he is always a strong competitor. Thank you, Justin, for allowing me to work with you. Speed pays off with the products you buy from Crate Insider, and this is a proven example. Thank you, Kate. Wow.
Good job.
I feel like that was I almost feel like that was a paid product placement.
I got a new hat this week.
I see you've got a new hat. Yep. I see your hat says, FJB. Let's go, Brandon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So my best friend from California, Bobby Scott.
Yep.
It was supposed to arrive on Monday. I guess it did. I just didn't check the mail till Wednesday.
Oh.
So I got it on Wednesday.
Yeah. That's great. I love it.
Yep.
I love it very much. I mean, I liked your Facebook post the other day where you said, that this is going to be another one of those presidents that's just known by their initials. Like JFK and LBJ, and this one's going to be LGB, right? FJB. Okay. I mean, it's hard to say which one. All right, so about the trade show, Mikey says not going to make it out there this year, unfortunately. Although I have been telling everybody that it hasn't been, that this is one you don't want to miss. We will be back eventually, and I think I still owe Steve a beer.
You do.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and stay safe, friends.
I'm charging interest on this bitch, so you're going to owe me 2 beers next time you're here. Just saying.
Oh my gosh, it's like it's beer math. Beer math, right?
It's obvious. If you owe me 1 and you're not going to come back and buy it, then you owe me 2.
Roy says, I took a lot of law classes, gained useful info, but mostly how to do research. That's a great skill. Because one thing we say in my office is you're only a Google search away. If you want to know how to do something, you're only a Google search away. I believe that.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, except for when it comes to how you put a race car together, which is why I make videos, because that stuff doesn't exist out there.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. So, how to put together a crate engine is not on that. And Doug says, hi, Kate and Steve. Mikey said, kegs on me, buddy.
All right.
Oh, man. Woo, wow.
Damn, what's it going to be 10 years for you back here?
Wow, he's really going to owe you. And Don says, any crate engine made in the U.S. has quality issues. I don't know about all of them, but is it all of them? It's a lot of them, I take it.
It's a lot of them. I'm sorry, it just is.
Yeah. And it's sad. It's
like buying a pig in a poke. You don't know what you're going to get. Old Southern saying there.
I have no idea what that means. I feel like...
So you buy a pig in a bag, and you don't know what the pig is until you open the bag, basically. But it's a pig.
Is it? I mean...
Yeah.
We're not talking about Tinder dates here, are we?
No, that could be. That's catfishing.
Oh, I feel like I'm talking to Tori right now.
I know.
Because Tori will pull out some way deep south Southern
well,
phrase, and I
it's
won't
too
know
bad
what
she's
it means.
not here.
Yeah, Tori's amazing.
She knows what it means.
Okay, all right. Like buying a pig and a poke. I think a poke is a bag, right?
It is a bag.
Okay.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Got a pig in a bag. You don't know what's in it. But it's a pig. Even though you just bought a pig, basically.
Okay. Alrighty.
Is it a good pig? Is it a bad pig? Doesn't matter. It's still a pig.
Okay, then. I don't know. It might be a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, it could be.
I miss Piggly Wigglies. I liked Piggly Wiggly. I just like saying the name.
Right.
Piggly Wiggly. Makes it's just happy. It's happy things to say.
Okay, we've got enough on the piggly.
Piggly. All right. Oh, and Tori says, I'm here.
Oh, my God. The girl who had a small cock in her lap last night.
That would be her rooster named Tiny. That's hilarious.
It was hilarious.
It is very hilarious, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, what else you got, Steve? And to entertain us, tell us something interesting.
I got nothing interesting, honestly. I was half tempted to not even do the show today because I was just ugh. I made the mistake of eating lunch. So normally I don't eat lunch. Or eat dinner. So I ate lunch, and then like about 3 o'clock this afternoon, I'm like, man, I need a nap. So
Yeah. Is it because you ate or because you're old?
it's because I ate.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I take naps on Sundays or Saturdays.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes that'll do it to me. But I've been crafting. Instead. So that has kept me interested in doing something. Sometimes I just want to rest and take a break, but crafting is fun.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see. Cameron says, also, Kate, I haven't forgot to call you. I was really tied up this week. No worries. You can call me anytime. And he says he's already registered and ready to attend the show. So, cool. Cool deal. That's great.
And hopefully we'll have some seminars this year too, right?
Yeah, we are. We're planning those right now.
Have you talked to Jim?
No. Not yet. Not yet. I mean, we've just been... we've been really working hard this week.
Okay.
Jimmy's kind of spearheading the seminars.
Okay.
So for anybody who doesn't know,
I mean, I can make a call.
I do this show with my brother, Jimmy Schiltz. Yeah, if you want to, go ahead, and then we can coordinate with Jimmy. So yeah, that would be... Yeah, we're pulling the seminars together now because which we couldn't do last year. Yeah, we actually had them planned out last year, but then we had to pull the plug and we couldn't do them because of the whole, like having a trade show during lockdown, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not the easiest thing to do. So
no.
Yeah, but we're beyond that now, so that makes I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
Yep.
It's gonna be one hell of a show this year. Oh, yeah, I'm really excited too. One thing that was missed. There was something that was missing from our show last year. But that wasn't our fault that we couldn't do. The other thing that was missing is people were really looking to be able to buy like nose pieces because
body parts.
Yeah, nose pieces are especially one of those things that are nose pieces and rockers are so hard to ship. I mean, they're really expensive to ship. And
this is a buy show.
Yeah,
so
it is.
You can come there and purchase.
You can come and buy things.
Products
and
normally at a show discount of some sort.
Yeah. Well, and I got word that there will be noses and rockers, dirt lay metal noses and rockers, and most likely street stock noses and fenders as well.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a big one right there.
Like a lot of them.
Like a lot of them. Yeah. And so we're pretty darn excited about that. Yeah. That's gonna be a really good deal there. Okay. And let's see. Mike says, have y'all been to the Dome Race in St. Louis, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th this year? I haven't, and I definitely want to put that on my calendar one of these years. This year, I've decided not to fly because the last time I did...
California.
Well, I'm saying from this point forward because we flew to California, and I love to fly. I love to travel, but the entire experience was it was just less... That was not what I wanted to do.
Not optimal.
So... And Ryan Atkins is here. He says, it came up in my memories this week of our interview 3 years ago from my last race. You in for another one from a retired racer? Hey, of course.
Absolutely.
Ryan? Absolutely.
He said retire. Oh, okay.
Because he's from a retired racer.
Oh, no. Yes. I just thought it was another R word.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. Yes. And Debbie's here. Good afternoon from Debbie at Newsom Raceway Parts. So, yes, thank you so much for being here. And we're excited that, of course, Newsom is going to be part of the show and big supporter of crate racing with Crate Racing USA.
Maybe we'll have 604s by then.
Yeah.
Not her fault.
That'd be great.
Again, one of the ones I was mentioning earlier, I deal with the two biggest on the East Coast, and Newsom would be one of them.
Yes. So do I. We get a lot of valve springs from them as well.
Yep.
Because... we go through a lot of valve springs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
At Crate Insider. So it's pretty cool. And Ryan said kiss his butt. Kiss his butt. Yeah.
He's like my little brother. My little R-word brother.
Retired.
Yeah,
yes.
That's it.
That's the one. That's the one for sure. For sure. Yeah, I don't think there's really been a lot else going on in the world that, that there's anything we can do anything about. I mean, all I can do is just stay in my lane and run my business and try to make this I am so freaking excited about the trade show though. Oh, I really am. I think we are going to have absolutely one heck of a show this year with the exhibitors that are coming, having some new discussions. I'm just really excited. So it'll be fun. It will be fun. And I see Jeff is here saying hi. So, thank you for being here. Other than that, I don't really have anything else that's interesting. I'm looking for some new products.
Not a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not. Well, I mean, you might as well say you're not going to PRI this year, right?
I am not going to PRI this year.
No, I'm not either.
No. Instead, there's. I love racing. I love being in the racing business. One thing we do, it really severely impacts Christmas, going to a trade show in the middle of the month like that. And so this year I decided to, hey, just with the questionable nature of things, you just never know.
Right.
Although now I'm seeing pictures of SEMA. It looks like it's got some good attendance and, maybe, I don't know, was it a mistake? I don't know. But
I don't know.
But,
I mean, normally you kind of hear like scuttlebutt about like new products and stuff. And like really for what we do, I haven't really seen a whole lot of anything new.
I haven't either.
Per se.
And I've picked up the phone and talked to some of our manufacturers just to try to find out, hey, is there anything new out there? And not really.
Right.
Not really. And so, yeah, it's just kind of tough. I don't know what the Indianapolis environment's like this year. And
yeah, who knows? I mean, hell, that year we all got COVID. There was like 1 million Chinese people there like spreading the shit. So.
Well, that's, yeah, there's that. So I mean, we're not going this year. It's
Wuhan.
nothing against, absolutely nothing against PRI. I have 100% respect for what they do. We just decided that this year wasn't the year we wanted to go.
No.
So we'll be back next year.
No. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depends on where they have it and when they have it.
True.
I mean, honestly, I like Indy. I think Indy's a great place, but good God. I mean, that time... December at Indy.
Do you realize that? So twice out of, so we went. Let's see, we didn't go in 13. We went in 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So
correct.
6 years out of six years of going. Twice we've had to stay an extra day because our flights were canceled because of
weather. Either there or here.
Yeah. 2 out of 6 times.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
I mean. I kind of wish they'd go back to Florida.
Yeah, me too.
Orlando was kind of cool because you can, I mean, yeah, it's a drive. I mean, it's the same drive as it is from here to Orlando as what it would be to there. But we could also fly cheaper to Orlando.
Yeah, it's such
you go down there and you wear t-shirts and shorts.
I agree. And that was my first experiences with PRI when Jimmy was having a booth at PRI. I think there's different arguments for different things. I mean, you look at the weather. I mean, at least Indy is all enclosed, so you never actually have to go outside.
It's not bad, no.
It's not, but it is super cold if you go outside. Yeah. But the good thing is that everything is just right downtown there, so you inevitably run into people that
absolutely.
Yeah. Whereas you go to Orlando
is a little bit more spread out, yeah.
Way more spread out. You don't have like a centralized area right next to the convention center where all the people are hanging out at.
True.
I mean, there's other...
It's a trade-off.
It is. It's all... Yeah. Everything's a trade-off. But, I think we also find... something Jimmy and I have talked about is that all trade shows end up being regional. So you're going to pull in the international traffic for a big PRI regardless of where it's at.
Correct.
But the racers that it'll track, especially up north, is going to be the Midwest and the northern racers. Right. Whereas down south, we're going to attract the southern.
Oh, yeah.
So the southern racers... I mean, how many racers that you know that live in the South want to drive up north and take the chance of being in snow?
Not a whole lot, but I mean, a lot of guys will fly.
There's
obviously,
a few.
But,
yeah, there's a few.
There's quite a few too. But.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom says a lot of people in Cali not going, and Cameron thinks they should bring it back to Florida too. But Ryan does say, he says, "Love you guys, Steve. You always gave my great motors to get the job done."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you won some damn pretty big damn
Ryan
races,
won some big ones. I mean, he ran. He
was like the king of Charlotte there for a while.
I was gonna say, like, he won Charlotte, and that's a big deal. I mean, if you can survive just the getting through qualifying in the heat races.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's a crazy place to race. There's always, with those 2 events a year, there's always a ton of cars to race against.
Oh, absolutely.
And really, really a tough deal. Some of it's luck. With what group you're in for qualifying and when... there's just a whole... It is not easy.
Any show like that's got a lot to do with luck, but I mean, you got to be on your A game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you'd be the luckiest guy, but you definitely still have to be on the A game for sure. For sure. That's cool. Everybody agrees. Well, gosh, I think that about wraps us up for today. Yeah.
What time is it?
It's only like 6:09, but...
Oh. Well.
But... I mean, we don't need to just like sit on the air forever and just with random things. Do you have any last words or any thoughts about the week coming up?
I do not. No.
Me neither. Well, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Be sure to go on to carsracingshow.com, get registered, see us at the trade show. And in the meantime, we'll be back next week. And I hope you have a great week.